A very good morning and a very welcome to all joining us here today for the JCL T10 semi-final number one about to start in front of us. We are at the Sano International Cricket Ground, the home of cricket in Japan, and this is semi-final one that's about to get started. The men in blue, they've won the toss and they've chosen to bat, as you can see. And, well, Salo Bulls in front of them will be facing them off, who being one of the best teams in the competition so far, you can't deny that. But this is a semi final, and all form goes out the window when it comes to a semi final. You can see the players getting ready at the crease as both teams get set and ready to go. Remember, 10 overs only. It all comes down to this. You lose, you go home. You win, you get a spot in the final. You can almost touch the trophy. You can almost sense it around you. You want to win. Everyone wants to win. And it starts with the semi-final one here today. We hope it's going to be a close game. It's going to be an interesting game. That is for sure. And that's just semi-final one. Today we're going to have the semi-final two and the finals. All of it just wrapped up in a single day. There's so much action here today, and this is the first one. We start with Chandeba, who takes the responsibility of the first over. And here we go, ball number one of the semi-final, and the tournament is coming towards its final chapters here today. And how interesting is this semi-final going to be? Both these teams have been really strong all throughout the tournament. Remember, we had a couple of washouts as well, unfortunately, especially the previous weekend, and that has led to this stage being set up between MIB and Sano. Ball number two, and that just spins out of control. Remember, the first 3 overs are the power play. Patel and Mishra. Here we go again, third time this time. Just trying to spin it inwards. Nick slightly, and this time it's going to go away for a single. So the first runs come on the board here for the men in blue. Chandaba back in the attack. An early wicket, usually in the power play, really sets the tone for the bowling side. And meanwhile, if you ask the batting side, I'm sure they would want to target something along the lines of 20-25 in the power play if they can. But semi-finals, finals, crucial matches usually are low-scoring affairs. Now, once again, Chandama. Look at that, just trying to shout, and the finger goes up. Well, he strikes it over number one. And Mishra has to go home for a duck. This is exactly the way Sano wanted to start, and they have. But they can just watch from the non-striker's end as the first wicket has fallen, and Mishra has to go back. So they strike early, and they get wicket number one in the first over. Now again in the attack this time. And once again, a really good delivery. So brilliant over for Chandama comes to an end. That gets the first over to an end. 1 for 1 at the end of the first over. So we're about to start over number 2 now. Patel on strike. And with that, of course, you have Bajeta, current Bajeta joining him at the non-striker's end. Who played the first ball of his innings as the previous ball of first over. And now, Adil Khan. Second over, he's going to take the charge. Now here he comes in the attack, fast baller and good delivery. Good delivery, some confusion from the non-striker's end, and he has to get back. And he does. So good start once again, putting on the pressure. Now, once again in the attack. This time gets good connection on it. Has he found the right gap? The fielder's there, and really good field setting there. So just another single. Once again, clear single. Khan once again. This time good contact, trying to find the gap there. He finds it perfectly this time. But that's the first boundary that comes up for the team. And with that, the first four. So yeah, Khan in the attack. And this time straight down the line. Where's it gonna go? Bypasses the fielder, and that's gonna be 4 more runs. So finally, we're making use of the power play, and the first two boundaries now back to back. Gets them up to 10 runs now. 9 runs already in this over. 2 balls to go. This time, with swing and a miss. Smart bowling. He knew the intention of Bajeta. He wants to swing at it. Just bowl that a little wider than normal. Once again, right strike. And another piece of good bowling from Khan. So that brings the second over to an end now. It's 10 for 1 at the end of 2 overs. So we're going to see Chandima coming back for the attack now. He's been given the responsibility back to back in the power play. Here he is for his second over. Maybe they want him to try and strike once again. If he does, that would be bingo. Look at that really incisive bowling from Chandama. He tempts you, doesn't he? He tempts you to go for the shots. He tries to take your wicket when you're not aware. Chandama. This time, that's a good strike on it. Has he found the gap? Well, this time he has. Is that going to go all the way? Yes, it does. That rolls away for 4 runs. So another 4 comes up for the men in blue. Really well hit. Now, Chandama the attack this time again. Look at that. That's good connection. Is it going to go all the way? It's in the air. Crosses everyone, and that is a maximum. That is exactly what the batting team was looking for, and that is a huge, massive strike. 6 runs on the board. And now we're in the semi final, aren't we? Now trying to come back. Comes back with a good delivery. That needs to be defended well. Vishal Patel and Karan Bajeta just forming a little partnership amongst themselves here. And there it is. Well, he almost got him. That was so close. That was so very close. You can see the expressions of everybody, including Chandama. That is a lifeline. That is a complete lifeline. That was so close because when you go and swing for a big shot in that instance and it misses, usually just takes away your stumps. And a good delivery to end the spell. So ultimately, it's 21 for 1 at the end of 3 overs. So the power play is off, and the first over after the power play. Getting underway here in front of us. That's a flighted delivery. An interesting approach. But this is, remember, the conditions are now back to normal. More fielders outside the circle. Tanyama comes in to deliver this fourth over here in front of us. Look at that, just trying to tempt the batsman, but this time, no ball. It's the sign from the umpire that's going to be a free hit. So that is an opportunity. This is a huge opportunity for the men in blue. Can they maximize it? Swings at it, tries to find a gap, it's in the air, and that's hit really well. It didn't look to be traveling that much at first sight, but it has. And he's used that free kick perfectly to set it across for a sixer. Now, once again in the attack, this time trying to go down the leg side the same way, but this time it's shorter. And can he catch that? Can he keep it in? No, he can't in the end, I think. That is a six. He almost did. There was a chance, maybe, the fielder there. 100 points for efforts, for sure. Couldn't keep it in. And this is turning out to become a run fest here in front of us. This is how it continues. This time trying to tempt the batsman, maybe just trying to get the stumping done. Now once again, look at that. He's surviving in the crease, but he's playing with fire. Now this time it's in the air. And another maximum. So what an over this has been in the end. 40 runs comes up at the end of it. 19 runs from this over. It has been very expensive, Taniyama here. And it's 40 for one at the end of 4 overs. Wow. What a total. What a score they set up so far. So now the fifth over here in front of us, and this has to be a crucial over for Sano. They need to break this partnership, and they've given the responsibility to a trusted figure here called Surya. Throughout the tournament, he has been effective with the bat and the ball. Can he come clutch when needed? Can he create that opening when needed? Starts with a single. Now, once again, here we come. So, Surya makes it slightly, trying to find the gap, but couldn't. Good bowling so far. So, interesting that Patel is up to 30 runs already. Vajeta, who started accelerating first, now at the non-strikers end. And the score is very, very good. Look at that once again. Try to find the gap, and I think fielder will be favourite to it. They take a single. Yeah, look at that. The singles and doubles are not as much a priority for them as the overs are, especially with the way they are attacking. This time, trying to find airtime there down the line, and it takes a bat and goes away for 4 runs. So another boundary in this over. Ultimately, they do find a way to score those runs regardless. Again, now this time it's in the air. There it is. Well, it's in the air. It carries. So they get the breakthrough, and Surya once again the important man that he is to his team. He strikes and brings about a wicket for his team. Wicket number two goes at the end of the fifth over. 46 for one. It'll be interesting to see how they approach the second half of this first innings. Call of Surya, one over done. I'm sure he's gonna come in for another over. Usually very effective towards the end as well. So looks like Yuto Ball has been given the responsibility for over number six here in front of us. Sopan has walked out to the field, number 10. And now Patel in the air. That goal doesn't carry. Yes, it does. It carries. So back to back wickets here for the men in blue who've conceded their wickets. And the important man here, Patel, trying to strike once again, falls in Yuto Ball's trap. And it's 46 for 3, but more importantly, it's two fresh batsmen at the crease. Once again, Yuto Ball now, he's been really effective all throughout the tournament, hasn't he? He's been a dependable bowler, especially to limit runs. This time, I think that could be wide, but he's got something on it. It's in the air where it's going to go one bounce, and that goes away for 4 runs, I think. Wow, that's a really good showing. Really good shot. And with that, the 50 comes up for the men in blue. Now, once again, the banner is on, and we start. This time, only a single, I think. Yes, that's going to be it. So, Yuto Ball in the attack now, once again. Punches it towards the offside. That's only going to get them a single. In the attack now, with the ball once again. It's recovered well in the over. And there's a half-hearted appeal, I would say. Nothing doing too much. And with that, the sixth over here comes to an end in front of us. It's 52 for 3 at the end of 6 overs. Few more overs to go. Now the seventh over unfolding here in front of us. It's got a decent score, I would say, so far. And they've got a platform to elevate another 20 to 30 runs minimum if they want to and if they can. But it's not going to be easy now. Surya back in the attack for his second over. I'm sure we're going to see the return of Yuto Ball as well. Confusion there, and look at that flick that he wanted to try. Couldn't get the wicket. Now, just taking guard here in front of us. Got a decent score so far, if they can build on it. And that's something that Surya would not want, I'm sure. Look at that, good bowling so far, I would say, from Surya. Singh and Sopan at the crease. Surya in the attack. Look at that, that's an appeal. Will the finger go up? That's the question. The umpire not interested. Now, once again, that was always going to go wide. Now towards the fielder. Two fielders converging actually. Done a good job overall, I would say, the bowling side now. Now, once again, this time the appeal, and the finger goes up. So, another one now. Suya strikes yet again. He's been trying that the entire tee of this over. And once again, on the final delivery, they strike. And another wicket now comes down. So, it's 4 wickets down at the end of 7 overs. Still have 3 overs to go. Look at that. Just having a discussion or the approach and tactics so far. 55 on the board already. I think they would want to target an 85 if they can. One good over can put them in that position. So now we have the eighth over in front of us, and it's Yuto Ball who gets the responsibility yet again. They want to keep applying the pressure. They know there are two comparatively new batsmen at the crease. They don't want them to get comfortable. They don't want them to go and hit them for big runs. And hence, so Yuto Ball now in the attack in effect. And for both these batsmen, I think it's going to be a very important over this one. How they're going to approach it. Yuto Ball now. Look Look at that flighted approach. Tipping in the end. That's over the heads of the fielder there. Is that going to go for four? Yes, it does. That's a really well hit shot. That's 4 runs now. Now, 4 comes up, and once again, this time, try to do something different. Now, Utah trying to come up with something different while Ahmad and Sopan are at the crease. Close to 60 runs already. Flighted this time, tried to hit it on the full toss. Now, trying to change something up, surely. In the attack. I think that could have been wide. That was a weird delivery to say the least. Now, taking that, getting ready. This time, trying to find the gap. Where did it go? Nothing much from the umpire, I think that side. Has he confirmed? Interesting, that one. They're up in the 60s now. And that's it down the ground. Where's it going to bounce just before the fielders? No man's land. Perfect example of that. And it's still playing on to safety. Now, once again, Utah ball. Look at that 16 runs across his 2 overs. Not too shabby at all. The star tried to hit it down back and he misses it. And there it is. Utah ball strikes once again. You have to take those risks, and you've taken those risks. And if you miss your shot, it's on the stumps and it's going to take a wicket. So, wicket number 5 falls at the end of 8 overs. So now, once again, this time another breakthrough, and just a little practice going on from the bowler, I think, as the batters just get ready, take onto the crease. Just 2 overs to go, and this is where they need to maximize their runs. This is where they need to double down. Now in the attack, on the full toss, it's in the air. The fielder underneath it, he grabs that one, and they get another wicket now. So this is now, is it turning in the tide of Sano? The 6 wickets down already. I know there's not a lot of balls left, not a lot of deliveries there, but still, you don't want to go down to 8 or 9 down and then play. You need your strikers, you need your top order, you need your middle order at best to perform in these conditions. So once again now, Taniyama. So now we start once again. Taniyama. Good fielding. Really good fielding. They're applying the pressure now early on, aren't they? Now in the attack again this time. Swing and a miss. It's turning out to be a really good over for the bowling side so far. It's the ninth over after all, and you need runs there. And so far, not a lot. So, once again, he comes into the attack. This has been an absolutely brilliant over for the bowling side. This is the kind of over that wins you matches in the end, and this time it's in the air and caught and caught. Wow, what an over! This has been an absolutely unbelievable over as Ranjan, the captain, has to go back as well, and it's 7 down at the end of 9 overs. It's 66 for 7. So all comes down to this: how much of a score can they accumulate? What total can they post up on the scoreboard at the end of 10 overs? Trying for a swing and a miss. 7 on the board, you can see, as we started the final over here in front of us. Swings at it this time. And while trying to find the gap, and he has found it brilliant. He didn't need the gap in the end. That is an absolute monster hit, and that's exactly what they needed to respond with, and they have a massive six to Aziz here. This time, once again, trying to find the gap just before the fielder. Are they going to come back with two? Yes, they have. Are they safe? Now, once again in the attack. Final few deliveries, which is trying to take a gauge of the entire setup. We're close to the 80 run mark. They want to get as many runs as they can. Just a single this time. And not a lot of deliveries left after this. 75 comes up on the board. Sugata now. Just clips it slightly. I think that's going to be a single. Now, looking to attack. One final delivery. They're trying to swing at it. I think it's just going to get them a single. And that is going to be that. So, a good last over. Really good last over comparatively by all standards, apart from the six, I would say. But with that, it comes to an end. The 10 overs comes to an end. The semi-final first innings has taken place. It's 77 to 7 for the men in blue at the end of 10 overs and 78 to chase Rosano. Can they do it? Well, it's doable, but they need to make the most of their wickets as well. Can't lose early wickets, especially that of Surya. Let's see what happens. You can see really good contribution by Vishal Patel. Of course, almost 50% his contribution alone. You can see here overall 78 to win. Now, once again, the attack. Chase is truly on. 10 overs on the board. For Surya, very important, of course. 8 runs already for him. The target is not huge, I would say. Chaseable, but it is also a good defendable target if you look at the stage at which they're bowling. This is the semi-final after all, and with this, the second over comes to an end. 10 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. Now, the bowler in the attack starts with the wide ball this time. Once again, spin bowler in the effect. And this time he gets good contact on it. It's in the air. Is it going to go all the way? Yes, he has sent it all across for a maximum. 6 right at the park there. Who else but Surya? Mr. Dependable. Hits them for a 6. Patel once again now. Second over for him. And well, there is a chance, half a chance maybe of something. But I think Kalasuria was back in the crease in time. That's going to be a white ball. Just defends it that time. Right-hander now on the crease. Well, they're just setting up the field as per his preference. Oh, there it is. Wow. He strikes. He strikes directly. And there it is, wicket number 1. That was fast. Kameyama, I'm sure, didn't see that coming. Just zooped right past him. So wicket number 1 falls for Sano in the last over of the power play. And now, interesting to see if Ozeki can build a good partnership with Kolasuria as well. Now, once again, this time, good delivery. Final delivery of the power play here. Ozeki on strike. Clips it well into the gap, and I think that's going to run away for 4 runs. Brilliantly played there. Plays it on the full toss. Not the best delivery. And with that, the power play comes to an end, and 3 overs comes to an end. It's 23 for 1 at the end of 3 overs. So it's Sopan who's back in the attack now. for his over number 2. First over outside the power play. Starts with a single. Setting up the field, I think, a little there. Sopan. Here he comes. Clipped by anyone. Played a good shot. Only a single, I think. Sopan now. Couple of singles so far. Kalasuri up to 16. Ozeki at 5. Steps up, takes the risk and straight down the line, but couldn't carry to the boundary. That's going to only be a single. Good ball once again. Is that going to be a wide though? Yes, signal goes up. That's going to be a wide. Extras are welcome by either team when they're batting. They're going to be happy with that. Now, once again, good connection this time. It's in the air. They're going to go all the way. Can the fielder stop it? No, he can't. So that's going to take a bounce and go for 4 runs. And a much needed boundary for Sana Bulls comes up. They cross the 30-run mark now. Once again, this time a recovery delivery. No. Once again, final delivery is what they want to finish this 4th over with. So I'm just waiting. There it is, Kalasuri. Pura was up 33 for 1. And interesting to see how the 5th over proceeds, or who rather is going to get selected for it. And the fielding is set. 5th over about to start here in front of us. Captain Vikas Ranjan taking the responsibility of bowling this one, just setting the field according to his preference. 33 for 1 is the score. Remember, this is semi final number 1 of the JCL T10. And the target is 78. They need Colasurya for a while to chase this down. This time starts with a single. Is happy with that. The umpire just pausing things up a little. Ozeki on strike. That's it down the line. Where's it gonna go? Is it gonna go all the way? Just rolls across the ground in the end. Takes the bounce. Really good bowling, confident bowling so far, I would say, from MIB. Melon Blue. On the side, tried to hit it towards the leg side. Gone a little straighter in the end. Now, couple of singles, three singles in fact. Ranjan once again, this time keeps it low. That's a really good delivery. Distract Ozeki a little. Really smart delivery, that one. Once again, good delivery. So overall turned out to be a really good over so far. Just 4 runs off it. I think they need a boundary. They need to target and get a boundary here. Trying to find the gap. And that's exactly what he does. The boundary comes through by Colasurya as he knows the situation better than all of us. And at the end of the fifth over, he gets a 4 and it's 41 for 1 at the end of 5 overs. Now, we're on track and the chase is on. 5 overs done. 41 for 1. Just a change in ends, of course. And a little discussion on strategy as well for both sides, I'm sure. They want to win, they're here to win, and the finest of margins could be deciding a match like this. Now, about to start the over here in front of us. Anish Jaiswal. Ozaki on strike, gets a nick towards the top edge, goes towards the offside. It might find the gap between the fielders. They need to be aware, and good fielding with the feet in the end. Now, once again, Jaiswal, good bowling. He's going to be happy with ones and twos, I'm sure, as long as it's not big boundaries. You can see here the live tracking. 34 needed of 28. It's that close, and one boundary could swing the momentum. Now, just following the attack again. Just waiting for Kolasuya to get his bearings right. The attack. Kolasuya gets good contact on it. Is he going to find the gap? The fielder aware there. And they're going to come back for two. So really good running between the sticks. They get two of that one. There he comes on the attack once again against Kolasuya. Important this one. There's an appeal, but I don't think the umpire is going to give anything to that one. Remember, Patel added those crucial 30 runs, and Kolasuya is planning on doing something very similar for his team this time. It's going to be a battle of attrition. Kolasuya himself has won a fair few of these kind of matches. He's been here before. He knows what's required. Plays it towards the leg side. Yeah. And there just misses it slightly. It's in the air and takes a bounce and goes for 4 runs. That could be really expensive as the 50 comes up for the batting side. Just misjudged his positioning in the end there a little bit. And with that, it goes for a boundary. 6 overs come to an end. 51 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. '27 needed of just 24 now. This is going to be close. It's going to be mighty close, isn't it? Now this time hit towards the boundary and it crosses the boundary and gets them a maximum as the new over gets to a start. Well. This is what Kolasuya can do. And this is a sixer, a maximum in the much needed conditions here. And now, what a position they're in. Because now they are in the driving seat. That six really changes the complexion of this chase now, doesn't it? This is what they do. They take it right till the end, and now they need just 20 of 22. Ozeki up to 19. He has really been able to add to the chase and to the partnership. They haven't been able to break the partnership after the first wicket. And Kolasuya still playing at 34. And the match and the spot of the final might just be getting out of hands. Might just be in the favor. This time at the boundary once again. They're gonna run two there maybe. It's playing into the hands. Now, swipes at it, final delivery of the over, and it's gonna be a single, and it's gonna be 15 now needed in 18 deliveries, and you would say that they're very much in the driving seat now, wouldn't you? Turned it around. There's an opportunity. There was a lot of shout there. That was a chance. That was a really good chance. If they could have maybe tried to get that run out, get the wicket that they wanted, but didn't pan out this way. Conversation with the umpire, I think, but nothing doing. Ultimately, this is going to be very close down to the wire, isn't it? It'll be really interesting to see if there's anything they can do to defend this one. Seems to be getting out of their hands. That's something they do not want, I'm sure. Now, once again, trying to find a good delivery there. It's going to be so close right to the wire. In the attack now. 62 on the board already. Swings at it. It's in the air. Takes a bounce in no man's land. It's going to be a single. That six once again turning out to be so expensive that we saw right now. Once again, a full toss, and is it gonna go all the way? It's in the air. Where's it gonna go? It goes for another maximum. Full tosses are something you don't want to give, especially to a player like Kala Surya. They've done exactly that. And once again, two sixes in this over. He's gonna say thank you so much. And now they are surely gonna be through because it's 76 for one. This is the eighth over. There's 14 deliveries to go, and they need just 2 runs to win. Kala Surya at 44 has guided his team to victory once again. Comes up at 45, just 1 run to go and 1 delivery to go in this over. 15 runs of it already. Wow. What a chase in the end. This is going to be an amazing, amazing chase. One for the history books of JCL T10. The way these two have formed a partnership between themselves. Karasuya up to 45, Oseki 27. They looked a little uncomfortable in the middle overs. Can't deny that between over number 3 to 6. Not even 6, maybe 3 to 5, the first 2 overs. And after that, the last 2 overs, he's caught that one. Well, he's caught that one. You can see just as the final delivery took place. But it goes through in the end. And ultimately, there you have it. There you have it. That goes for the big one. And Sano Bulls have made their mark, haven't they? Now, all they need is a single run. That is all they need. They're all but through in the driving seat and they've earned their position to be here, haven't they? Now, Ashwin in the attack. Just one run needed. There's an appeal. They run for it. Score just a little bit of correction as Van Onselen comes on. Ozeki, we saw him dismissed earlier. Jaiswal now in the attack. Look at that, just desperately running. Maybe just another wicket could maybe give them a lifeline, especially if it's Surya. Swings at it, does it appeal, but I think that's going to be high. That's going to be a little high. It did seem to be heading towards the stumps, did it? Jaiswal in the attack again. Swings at it, they go for a single. And wait, could have just slipped between the two of them a little casual at the end, but then they managed to get 2 runs off it. Jaiswal once again in the attack. Surya up to 47. Swings at it. Good fielding, really good fielding there. 3 runs is all they need now. Just 3 runs. Swings at it, it's in the air. Where's it gonna go? Is it gonna go all the way? And there you have it. Brilliantly played by Surya. The match comes to an end. They finish the chase. They're through to the final, and his 50 comes up with this as well. 53 runs of just 28 deliveries for Surya. 81 they've chased. They've chased it down at 9 overs with 6 balls to spare, 8 wickets to spare. And Sano Bulls are through to the finals of the JCL T10 season. They will meet the next team who's going to play right. The two teams that are going to play right after this, they're going to meet the winner in the final. But we know that the Sano Bulls have made it, and Chiba Sharks face the Tigers Cricket Club after this to decide who faces off against Sano Cricket Club. As you can see, Surya 53, Kameyama at 1, Oseki really crucial 21 runs. And ultimately, he didn't need to come down to the middle order. Nothing to worry, nothing to sweat about. Good enough, and especially when you have Surya. So with that, the match comes to an end. Most of the bowlers going for the expensive economy of 9, 9, 9.5, and 10.